78.6 FM, positive vibes with Winsome. We're getting reset real quick because we got some special guests in the room today. So it's a little bit of adjustment this morning. I'm going to turn their mics on and do a quick sound check. Check, check, check. All right, can everybody speaking to their mics just so I can make sure?
Hello, brother.
Let's go. Big sis.
Good morning.
Let me see. Try one more time, big sis.
Good morning.
Nah, her mic's not on. Let me see. One more time. All right, we're going to have to big sis have to share the mic with big brother on this one. Yeah, for some reason her mic's not coming in. But that's okay. We're going to keep going. Belen, can you try yours for me? Yeah, they're not liking Belen's or y'all's. All right, we'll come back. We'll come back. Good morning, 78.6 FM, positive vibes of Winsome. Today I got some special guests in here with me. And as you see, we're getting set up because the room normally doesn't have this many people. But I refuse to do this by myself. Let me tell you, Belen came from emotional support today because she didn't know. Yesterday we got to say, oh, that's wonderful. Let's try these one more time. We'll start with Mr. G. Big sis, can you try your mic one more time?
Good morning.
Yeah, we're back. Belen,
Power helps.
That's it.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let's go. Everybody's in the room. It's like video games with my son. Everybody's in the room. We all logged in. All right, so check this out. We'll start over. 78.6 FM, positive vibes of Winsome. I have some very special guests, very near and dear. My favorite people on this island are here. Sadly, this is going to be their last show on 78.6
last
FM.
Show. Take a deep breath.
So I got Mr. Scott Garricky, Miss Sarah Garricky, and this won't be Belen's last show. She just never shows up. And Belen Rico, who's going to be still with
Yes, indeed.
guys, please, to everyone listening in Yomatan this morning, can you say good morning?
Good morning.
Go.
Good morning.
And good morning.
I was waiting for Belen to be different and say Ohio.
I
I was waiting.
Every
went
time
the Garricky route.
That's awesome. Hey, this is it's a 1 hour segment, but we're not going to keep the Garrickys on the air the whole time. They know they got things to do.
Yeah.
But I did want them in this morning. They're about to fly out. Big sis, she came in. I was like, Big sis, please just give me 1 second because I know you look like you've been dragged around this island this weekend. Yesterday, we had an opportunity to say goodbye as a unit, as a squadron, and it was beautiful how many people showed up to say goodbye to both of you.
I was surprised.
I expected nothing less. I honestly didn't think we had a big enough space. I was like, we're going to have to go ahead and rent it out the other room.
Yep.
And it's not because people had to be there. It's not because people were forced to be there. It's because you two have two of the biggest hearts I have ever had the pleasure of being around in my life. I was trying to keep it light, even when I was talking to Story yesterday, because Joe had a bet that I was going to start crying. Mr. G, I got the notification on Thursday or Wednesday night that I was going to be emceeing. And at first I was like, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I said, but let me tell you something. From the first time in Okinawa that I stood up and used my voice, you supported me. So for me to not be there for the last opportunity to use my voice for someone who means the world, two people who mean the world to me, oh my gosh, man. Something I didn't say yesterday, and I told you I don't want to keep you past the first segment if you don't have to. But on their plaque, it said something very special to us. And it said, because you loved, we grew and thrived.
That's right.
I didn't want to take too much time for everyone else. I knew we were going to have this opportunity to tell you why we put that on there.
Yeah.
Every person that crossed paths with the two of you at the McDaniel Center, every person who brings your name up, every person who has met you has felt loved. People who are going through some really tough times have always found a way to come back and tell us, I needed that hug. Big sis showed up. I didn't even expect her to be here. And that just changed my whole, I wish you knew how many times I've heard that. She has too. We've had people that Mr. G has never met. And we said, Mr. G, this person is about to do an interview.
Yes.
We can't think of anybody else to help prepare this person. Can you help them? Mr. G, without even meeting this person, would say, bring him to me. Let's see what we can do. We'll give him everything we got.
You got it.
Every person that has sat down with him has got the job.
That's true.
this this doesn't happen, you know. So it was like, man, I want to bother my big brother, but these people are coming to us and they really want to thrive and grow. And guess what happens every time? It's like they thrive and grow. There's very few people in my life that I look up to. There's a lot of people I look at. There's a lot of peers I have, but the two of you, and there's no other word to put it, are goals. Goals.
Thank you,
From
brother.
relationship, friendship, and the way you take care of people. I can hope just to get a fraction and pray to have a fraction of that moving forward. You know, my lighthouse is my place to go.
Yep.
Yesterday we gave you the plaque on behalf of the team. Enrico Belen couldn't be there. And if you guys are listening in, you know Belen usually pops up late all the time. But today she was
Salty.
right on time.
She's right on time.
Right on time.
Right on time.
Thanks, Samson. Appreciate it.
On behalf of my sometimes co-host, we wanted to get you something special that you will remember this experience,
Yeah.
our friendship,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully when you put it up near the plaque, you think of not just our time together, but how much I love you both.
I love you too,
So,
brother.
This
Oh.
is, can't say I made this. This is actually literally made from the Zampa Lighthouse team.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
And I hope you like it. I'm going to let you open that
Okay.
up. Yes, sir.
Go.
Oh.
Is that the lighthouse?
That is the lighthouse.
Oh my
That's so
gosh.
Aw,
Look at her show, everybody. Oh my goodness.
so pretty.
That is awesome.
So anytime
That is beautiful.
you see that, know that I'm thinking of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are, oh man, I can't tell you. So I'm going to still fight back tears today.
Why this?
Oh my goodness.
I love you too. Love you, brother. Love you. So we're going to do the normal, what we do for our go away, goodbye segments. I want to ask you 3 questions. We got 7 minutes. And the 3 questions are, if you can do it all over again, this trip, this adventure, what is something that you would recommend other people do? Something that you didn't get to do. What is something that you would say, hey, I didn't get to do this, but you should?
Great question.
Why are you looking at me?
It's a technique. When you don't have a clue at how to answer the question, you look over and you pass the buck.
I love it.
No, so if we had to do it all over again, and we were going to make sure that we didn't miss something,
Yep.
it would be the diving.
Let's go.
Yeah. If you're not a diver, that's fine. The snorkeling is even amazing. Getting right off the shore and going into this beautiful thing. But as a person had once told us that if you're snorkeling, you're watching the play. Whereas if you're scuba diving, you're in the play. And so you're going to go down. You got to see this. I taught you a life skill of how to swim.
That's right.
And so you're going to practice that.
Hey, I got a story for that
Yes.
before we leave. Yes.
He needs to practice
And the little person on the end is mean for this. But I'm going to share where we're at with that. And yes, I have one for Miss Sarah. Big sis, you mentioned last week, and I didn't forget, it was an experience that you hope to have that involved dolphins and whales.
That's right.
Can you share that with us?
We got the whales.
Let's go.
We got the
I got
whales. We
you.
didn't get the dolphins. I have loved dolphins since I was in 9th grade.
Wow.
I had to write a 2-page report in biology.
Yeah.
It was 29 pages when I got done.
Wow.
And that was way before computers.
That's a typewriter.
Yeah,
that was a
typewriter.
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 Yeah, that was a typewriter. Anyway, so to be able to swim with them in the open would have been like my all-time favorite.
Okay.
But I still love whales.
Yes.
And we could see them out the back of our house
Yeah.
during the season when they come through, and to watch the little babies breach along the bay and stuff. It was just incredible.
Nice.
So for 4 years, we
Yeah.
had wanted to do this swim with the whales. And so I told him, actually, I scheduled it. And he was like, what are we going to do for your birthday? I go, I got it. He goes, oh, I did good this year. But then it got canceled with weather, and I was so sad. And but then I told Pedro with Aloha Diving, I told him, I said, please, you have any cancellations, let us
Let's
know.
go.
And he came back, and the first one was the day we had the unaccompanied going. And I was like, I can't do that. And then it was another one that was a different day, and I couldn't do that one. And then finally he came back, and he's like, I've got one on Saturday. And I was like, we'll take it. So we went out, and it was great. The first time we went out, I was the only one that didn't see him.
Right.
But God bless the dive master. He actually, on the second dive, they put me up front to go first, and he grabbed me, and he was like pulling me through the water to make sure I got close enough. And I was just like, there they are. And the little baby was just going over the mom, and it's just incredible. And then
That was
one
amazing.
time,
That's awesome. Yeah.
the baby was, I didn't even realize there was a baby. I was looking at this big old whale, and then all of a sudden this little baby came out. So apparently it was nursing.
Oh, wow.
And came out from underneath, and then swam up and went up to the surface, and then went back down, and it was just so incredible.
That's wonderful.
So I was just like, yay!
Let's go.
So number 2 was taken care of.
Yes,
go.
definitely.
So
Let's go. Hey, those are experiences that I dream of. For Mr. G and Miss G, my big sis and big brother, he taught me how to swim.
Yes.
I couldn't. Do you know I had that story on tap for yesterday? But I said if I start talking about this, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. And I'm going to tell you, because you loved, listen to what we said, because you loved, we grew and thrived. I came here with a fear of water. Fear that if I jump in too deep, I'm going to drown. And you can say this figuratively or any other way you want to, but now I get in water and I feel at home.
Yeah.
And the only time I haven't had was go get the scuba cert.
That's right.
Being able to teach my babies basic swimming skills because you took time to teach me.
Absolutely.
And I remember when Big Sis came out to see me and Big Brother in the pool, I promised I was like a big kid, like, I'm getting it. The backstroke, we were practicing.
That
the
was
backstroke.
funny. Yeah, the backstroke.
And then my favorite part, I'll never forget this, is the two of them were trying to discuss which was the best move to go next. And she was like, well, maybe you should try to have, and he was like, yeah, but he's been doing this. And I'm like, guys,
I'm treading water here.
I would tell you that
Oh my gosh.
there's so many things and so many stories that I can tell you from being one of my first guests on this show to seeing the podcast, the radio show. And one of the reasons I didn't do a car with a book in it is because I want my book, when it's done this month, to be the first person to get it, and the first team to get it is you.
Oh, brother. Thank you.
So that, if you got 2 minutes, I wish I had more time, but I don't want to keep them. On behalf of our team, on behalf of my little sis, I'm surprised she's here, guys. It's hard for me to look over there. I just want to tell you we love you. And one last question with the minute we have left, the two of you. What was your favorite part or favorite experience on this island?
Favorite experience, well, obviously other than working with you, was the people.
I love it.
It's all the people that I got to experience and we got to know. And I would do that all over again in a heartbeat. You know, just coming into Japan and coming into Kadena, which is obviously a very busy place.
Yeah.
A lot of people, just awesome people and the culture and everything. And I'm just glad that I was able to help. That's all. You know, that's my you improved
Yes.
it.
It was beautiful already. But
Yep, absolutely. And so if I was able to put somebody at ease or help somebody in any way, that's what I was here to do.
Love you, big brother. That's
Love
wonderful.
you.
Big sis, you got a minute. What was your favorite piece of this island, this experience?
The people.
I love it.
Yeah. I love not only the people on Kadena and the other bases, but I also love the Japanese people. It's so polite and kind and considerate and courteous and sweet and a little slow on the driving, but but coming from New Jersey area, you know, I'm just not used to that. But I will miss that.
Yeah.
Going back to the States, you won't have that. You'll have one or two people here and there, but not the same.
Got you.
And I'm going to miss the people, both the bases and our squadron and the Japanese. Sorry.
Are you good? Sorry. .6 FM yo mi tan, positive vibes of Winsome. So I didn't turn the camera off. You guys probably had a chance to see me give Miss G some hugs. We're gonna do a quick sound check. B, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There
Can you hear
she
me?
is. Can you hear yourself?
Yep.
Yes, go. Sometimes she doesn't
can.
listen to the voices. She doesn't know the voices in the phone. Anyway, hi guys. We're back with Belen. Belen, how you doing?
I am rejuvenated
Let's
this
go.
morning. So
Let's
great,
go. I
yeah.
need you rejuvenated, okay? We have commercial breaks on standby for Belen, 'cause sometimes she goes in directions. Commercial break. Just kidding. B, how was your week? Tell me about it. What makes you rejuvenated?
I've actually been trying to stick to my routine and getting up in the morning
Okay.
and just working out. Thankfully, I'm fortunate to live by the seawall, so I have the ocean view.
Just gonna rub that in.
So, yeah, it's just so peaceful to be for me, one with God and
Yeah.
nature, and to see the ocean peacefully. And when
Yeah.
it's not peacefully, it's storming, kind of like us. And when we go through so many phases, so yeah, just getting out there. So that really helps me set the day.
That's wonderful. Hey, so basically, she's gonna fix the camera because we had some extra guests in here. Thank you so much. We had some guests in here, Scott and Sarah Garricky, and we just said goodbye to them in the first segment. Everyone, this is the craziest thing. Scott, Sarah, myself, Belen, we're enjoying Iijima this weekend. I'm excited about that. What do you think about Iijima?
I love it.
Let's go.
It makes me think of peace
Yeah.
when we all went together as a family.
Yes.
So yeah.
That was the Stranger Things adventure, right?
Yeah.
The electric bikes. So we had for a birthday trip this time. That's crazy.
Like
Around this
it's
time
been a
last year.
Yeah.
A year ago, we took the same trip. This is going to be, I'm so grateful to know that Mr. and Mrs. G get to experience it one last time. But Iijima is one of those places that it doesn't feel like this part of the island anymore. It takes on its own character. B, so you're running, you're waking up with the seawall. You're feeling rejuvenated. How was your week, fam?
Oh, my week was definitely busy, but it's
Okay.
a good kind of busy. So now that I'm not a civil engineer, I'm teaching young adults to be supervisors and managers.
Right.
The best part is really them getting to know themselves. And so we just had these deep, vulnerable conversations, and I always get emotional because I can't wait for them to go out there and it's essentially like whatever we talk about and that we, that they learn, that they get to apply it.
You're proud of them, ain't you?
I sure am.
Is it one of those things? I know I do it sometimes when I'm coaching, but do you see them, like, can you already picture what they're going to do? Like, he's going to be a great supervisor.
100%.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And when we go back from this weekend, I get to do feedback sessions with them. So I get to have those one-on-ones and tell them, like, hey, like, I see that you're a natural leader, or you're going to be really great here. Maybe those things that they never believed in themselves or someone else never told them. So again, I'm just fortunate and blessed to be in that position for them to even trust or even listen to what I have to say.
That makes sense. So how many are you teaching right now? How many's in your class?
13.
13. So we know we keep it surface, guys, because we don't get all into military roles and stuff like that. But she is a professional military instructor. PME, professional military education. I had to forget the E, instructor. Similar but different. So we're cousins. I'm AT2. My job is a developmental advisor. She is a PME instructor. So my job's more fun. But anyway, so as I was saying before, Belen, I think it's beautiful that you're finding time to wake up in the morning. Why is that important to you?
So this past year, I've really been focusing on self-care, and this whole self-reflection, trying to really be the better version of myself that I never thought I could be. Predominantly, we grow up with certain cultures, certain backgrounds and upbringings, right? And I really believe that if you weren't in a position where you could choose what you wanted to believe in, I want to do that now. So this time for me is so important and critical that I'm taking it seriously on working on me, because I'm setting my own legacy for my future. Future maybe minions. Who knows?
Let me in here talking about legacy and character.
Plug if there's a husband out there. But I'm just kidding.
Run, guys.
But anyways, run? Wow, really? But yeah, so it's important. We talk about mindfulness. And if I'm not practicing mindfulness, how can I teach others to do mindfulness?
Very true.
So self-discipline. It's a lot of self-discipline. But once you get out there, that's the hardest part is the start.
That's it.
And once you're in routine, you're taking those steps in your emotion.
What are some obstacles? One of your things with setting this for yourself, what are some obstacles you face about, like, say, just for example, getting up in the morning and going to do the seawall?
If I want to sleep longer or not. So I guess the obstacles of like fatigue, if you actually are fatigued, do you need to go to sleep earlier? Doesn't mean you have to sleep in. So just adjusting that. So that could be a real one, or it could be an excuse, right? So
I just want a few more hours. Nah, get up. I just want a few more minutes. Get up.
Yeah, so I do like affirmations. So as soon as I open up my eyes, I'm like, it's a beautiful day, another day that I'm blessed and fortunate to be awake.
Let's go.
How can we apply something good? Because I'm awake today, so I might as well be the best that I can. So.
I'm up. I got a new day.
Yeah.
Let me sound like me. Let me find out Belen out here practicing mindfulness and self-awareness and self-discovery this year in 2020. When did this? Let me check my text messages and see when this started. Anyway, I'm excited for you because when you can do that, when you can see that, and when you want that to be a part of your story and you make it a reality, not only is that beautiful, but that's other people see that as well, right? And you're inspiring somebody else that sees you on the seawall waking up earlier, probably that person that's laying in the bed looking outside like, wow, she's up early. She's moving. Why can't I do that? 78.6. Let me turn this down because I get excited. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winston. I am here with my part-time co-host. He shows up once in the blue moon, Belen Rico. We are talking about new starts, new focuses, new energies. We just had Mr. and Mrs. G in here, who are my goals, both of them. Man, what was your experience like with the two of them?
How can I say this? They gave me a glimpse. Like, if I was to wrap it up in one word, I would say home. But not because where I grew up in West Texas and there's friendly, kindly, Southern hospitality type of people.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, it was that glimpse. But being around them, man, it's like, it's not even a temporary feeling. Right. It's joy.
Yes.
It's so much internal and external joy, and they fully accept you for who you are.
Yep.
So they're just great human beings. So I wish I was able to work at the McDaniel Center longer because I wanted to coordinate things for all of us to do.
Yeah, we miss you.
So that we could go scuba diving, have barbecues, and so I can get to know them more. But yeah, I'm just thankful that God put them on this earth.
Facts. I think our experience with them too, when they know your story, that's one of the things I meant to say yesterday. They knew every story of everybody they came across. They would spend time to know you. And if they didn't know everything, they knew enough to where they can engage and love on you. And that's, man, I tell you guys, when you talk about role models and what that means and why I tell her it's important, somebody's always watching you. Every time he comes in the door, I'm like, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah. Especially like he makes we think we're so busy to stop, give someone a handshake or give them like a fist bump or a hug. Or in this case, Mr. Garricky and Mrs. Garricky, they're huggers, which I fully adopted at the McDaniel Center because that was a thing for my culture in CE. Absolutely love it. So like, you're not too busy for a greeting. You're not too busy for a hug. And that's a lesson I learned when I was young before I came in the military. Mm-hmm. But they just like reminded me that, you know what, just because I'm at a higher rank, I still make time for the people that you care about.
And it's okay. It's okay because you might be the love that person needs, even though everybody else around them isn't spreading it. Let's go, man. Y'all hear Belinda here talking spit knowledge? The mic is on fire today.
Oh, my land.
Mic is on fire. Hey, 78.6 FM. If you're just tuning in, we're in the second segment of Positive Vibes with Winsome, and today Positive Vibes with Winsome and Belinda, the part-time, sometimes co-host that shows up. So if our manager is listening, I got her. She's back. I had to find her.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Ohio gozaimasu. I'm really excited. We'll talk in the next segment. We'll say thank you to all the folks. Really excited about some of the things Belinda is tracking as well that we may have opportunity to do in the next couple of months. It's going to be an amazing year. Really doesn't have anything to do with our jobs, just what we've been blessed to be able to teach, understand, and some of what you heard earlier about mindfulness and self-care. To be able to spread that message to larger audiences, man, is going to be beautiful this year. And if you're just tuning in, this is your first time listening to Positive Vibes, genuine. There's no script. Mm-mm. We don't sit here with a piece of paper. We don't rehearse before the show. It's literally everything from the heart. I got emergency commercial breaks on here just in case. But everything is from the heart, and it's the best way to do it because I see a lot of shows right now. I see a lot of the video podcasts where a lot of guys come in there with a plan, and it's not genuine, and then they start veering into start talking about people. We don't do that. It's all from the heart, from care, and we also want to really make sure the folks who support Positive Vibes get recognized, and that's what we'll do in the second segment. Belinda, I'm excited about Iajima, man. What do you want to do on Iajima this weekend? You got a day to do everything over there. What do you want to do? Pick some.
Get in those little car thingies.
The little Jeep?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be dope. The little Jeeps are reserved and on deck. If you have not been to Iajima, they have little Jeeps. We couldn't do it last time.
Yeah.
We're so heartbroken.
But it was fun because we did the bikes.
We did do the bikes, and nobody knew how to use the electric bikes.
We did.
The speed was wrong. We was just, why am I pedaling so hard? Then we figured it out. So we'll be on the little Jeeps. I think today when we arrive, we get the bikes. And then tomorrow morning we get the Jeeps. So we're really excited about that adventure. It won't be a Stranger Things. Not everybody in the family made this trip, but the Garrickys is going to be out in that island, so I get to feel their presence as well. We got 1 minute left, Belinda. What else? You want to do the Jeeps, and what do you want to see? I'm making her do like TripAdvisor in her mind right now.
TripAdvisor. Okay.
What else you want to see?
Let's go back to the top of the mountain.
Let's go. Okay.
And I was thinking maybe we take our journal or like spend time with like just reflecting.
Did you bring a journal?
I sure did.
Okay.
It was a book that one of my great friends gave me.
Some guy?
That I don't know the name of. But
commercial break.
I think it has a cuss word in it, but
Jesus Christ. This is
talks about growth, leader, stuff like that. It's great.
Some guy, leadership, growth. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes with Winsome. We're going to come back after this segment, and we'll come back saying thank you to the folks who have been supporting this journey up to this point. Can't wait to see you in a minute. Be right back. 78.6 FM, positive vibes. And Winston, Belen didn't do it in time. Okay, Belen, normally when we blend the camera back to this scene, Belen already has her Instagram smile, but she did not. I quit. I'm leaving.
Oh.
Just kidding. 78.6 FM, Yomitan, positive vibes with Winston and my sometime, part-time, all the time teammate and co-host, Belen Rico. I'm so glad you came today, man. No, I'm not. I am so happy she's here.
Thought about canceling.
Hey, today we're going to talk about thank you. This segment is the thank you segment. Usually it's the first segment, but I was a gratitude segment for Mr. and Mrs. G. I love them. I'm going to miss them. I got to say that throughout the show. The folks who've been sponsoring the show, Trainers Warehouse. Yo, Trainers Warehouse has heard about some of the things coming up in the next couple of months. Thank you so much for supporting us, the items you're sending to support the mission. And I'm not going to speak on it until it's actually happening. I've learned to wait until it happens to actually spit it out. But right now, thank you for the support for what's coming. I'm really excited. You know what's being built and what's about to happen. We just got an invitation to Lakenheath, England, which I'm really excited about. Never been to the base, but it's England. I mean, come on. So that's next month. We're in February. That's in April.
Yep.
So I'm gearing up for the April trip to England. Also, we have another adventure in San Antonio coming up.
Texas.
Good old Texas. That's going to be another opportunity to spread these messages. Emotional intelligence, habits, happier no matter what, resiliency 2.0. So with that being said, Trainers Warehouse, thank you so much for sending the items. We're about to do this to us back and forth in a minute. She doesn't know that, but I'm letting her know. So she may want to get a look at the ball. But the coolest thing is Trainers Warehouse not only provides the thumb balls that we use, but there's also new training material that we're going to have that is going to accompany us on this journey. So I'm really excited not only to share what this big journey, big show is, but to showcase the new training supplies that are coming our way to test out. Working on the blend, I ain't going to say we're trying to get it there. It's not 100% yet. But I'm begging the right people to make sure that we can both make this trip because it's going to be a lot of people. Man, it's going to be, I'm trying to round them in. And sometimes when I'm expecting her to be here, like for her cue on she doesn't show up. But anyway, I wait there. She's going to be here, guys. Just give us a second. But that is amazing. Trainers Warehouse, trainerswarehouse.com, the thumb balls, the training supplies, and the support. And the unconditional trust and care that you show our mission. We really appreciate you.
Can I say thank you?
Yep. Go get them.
All right. On behalf of the Irwin Professional Military Education Center.
Let's go.
Kadena. Our center actually invested in the Trainers
Warehouse.
Thank you.
I had her back.
I got that backwards. Trainers Warehouse. It's not you, it's me. Thumb balls, and we use them in the classroom.
That's right.
So we did invest, and all of our other instructors use this thumb ball for icebreakers, or sometimes we'll use it for a different topic for a transition. So we absolutely love them. The students are always, throwing the ball and asking these different questions. So we just want to say thank you as well.
Let's go. Trainerswarehouse.com. Hey, the McDaniel Center for Professional Development, the Irwin Professional Military Education Center, and Positive Vibes Radio Show.com. We say thank you. Guess what else? Arigato gozaimasu. Is that what you?
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato gozaimasu. Who else? Hey, check this out. Free Period Press. Laura, I love you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We just got the habit calendars, right, for the big show. We got some habit calendars to hand out and some other cool items, too. I reached out to you this week. I'm trying to order some more of the self-care journals, the blue ones.
Popular.
They're really, man, I get in my office
High
and they're
demand.
Missing. Every time I come, they're missing. So I try to order on Target.com if you're in the U.S. watching this, but Target doesn't ship to the overseas location. So, Laura, hit me up. Any way you can help us out. There's a huge demand for the blue self-care journals since we teach the undervalued art of self-care. But I say that to tell you this. Thank you. Thank you for the same as Trainers Warehouse supporting our mission. The big shows come up. Those giveaways and introducing your product is a huge part of what we do, and people love it. Man, When these things go flying around, the books get handed out, when you see people hold and open up the pages, they just feel some kind of way, and they feel connected to the lesson. So thank you for that. Free Period Press, and of course, trainerswarehouse.com. Can't go without saying thank you to Flatter Inc. And man, Flatter Inc., Two Roads Leadership, Lauren and Dr. J.R. Flatter, thank you so much. We've had a lot of what do you call it, Learn, See, Gives, LSGs, and people love what we're doing with coaching. Belinda can tell you we have a whole team of coaches right now who are just ready to get fired up next week. I got a text yesterday. I wasn't fast enough for them. I got to get them matched up to the new people. Guys, thank you for your support of our mission here, getting us into the coaching culture, preparing us for our next chapter, and showing us something different, a different way to lead and love. Blend, you have anything on that?
For the coaching, once you become certified, I utilize some of those techniques also in the classroom. Yesterday, speaking about, is it WordPress?
WordPress, yeah.
I even, since I don't have the books to give out, I made copies of more for the mindfulness one for the students, because we talked about personal development. And so each student had a copy, and they get to take that tool and apply it to their lives, which is so important and imperative for them to like make those changes. So it's great. Those tools work, and those questioning techniques really helps them think about what they need to do to move forward. So I appreciate it.
I had a coaching session yesterday that wasn't supposed to be a coaching session. The young lady just wanted to get some career counseling from what I was tracking. And then when she came in the room, she walked in the room about career stuff, which I won't get into. However, that conversation, just based on the way I was phrasing the questions, powerful questions to hit her with, just turned into something completely different. Yeah. And she went from wanting to get out of the military to wanting to stay here for another year to kind of grow and deliberate develop herself. And man, I'll tell you, the skills that we learn as coaches and being able to bring that to this community is priceless.
It really is.
And I think people don't realize what it is, right? A lot of people around us, like when we advertise it, hey, this is great, come do it. This is mind blowing. And they're just like, oh, it's coaching. I don't know about that. So if you've never heard of professional leadership coaching, if you've never heard of Two Roads of Leadership, if you've never heard of Flatter Inc., please Google it, check it out. And if you are in 78.6 FM, if you're here in Yomitan and you want to know more about coaching or how to get a coach, please reach out and I'll provide my contact information or our contact information to the station. 78.6 FM, the thank you segment. I want to thank all of the masterclass speakers, man. We started off with Mark Tilsher started us off last week. Mark, thank you so much. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winston on behalf of the McDaniel Center and Team Kadena. Thank you for kicking this off. That was really dope. We have another guest speaker on the 16th. I can't wait to keep seeing these flow through. And for the folks who have supported us last year in other ways, and now are jumping in here for the masterclass, I went and got some. You guys got to see what Mr. G got this morning. So I got some gifts coming out to you just so we can say thank you for the time that you put into us and the love that you pour into our community. And without further ado, man, with 5-6 minutes left, we're going to show you what it looks like to do these. She's throwing it to me first. I just got that. We're going to show you what it looks like to utilize the Trainers Warehouse tools, right? So when we're in a classroom, getting everybody, even when I'm setting up, sometimes I'll throw this out there and I'll listen to the conversations going on when this gets thrown. But this is what it looks like. So the teammate throws it to him. Bam. What I make everyone in the class do, I'm not going to give it up. I'm not going to tell everybody what we do. So what I do is when they grab it, they got to answer wherever their right thumb lands. They call it the thumb ball, right? So I'm going to give that part away. So thumb ball. And mine says, what could you give a 30-minute presentation on with no prep? That's so many things. Emotional intelligence. I did it yesterday. I just say, hey, can you come teach at 2 o'clock? Yeah. And I had 30 minutes. So that's one thing I can do with no prep.
He's a professional.
Another one is Doctor Who, because I'm a geek.
Wait, what?
The show Doctor Who. I can talk about that for 30 minutes with someone. Also, what else? 30 minutes. I'm kidding. I'm going to give her a turn. So let's go.
I don't know Doctor Who.
I'm going to tell you about Doctor Who before we leave. What'd you get, Belinda?
What are you looking forward to in the coming months?
What are you looking forward to in the coming months, Belinda?
Man, I have so many things.
Uh-oh.
But let's see. I am looking forward to actually going. I can't believe I'm about to say this. West Texas, because my sister's graduating her bachelor's
Let's go.
degree at Texas Tech.
Shout out to the
University.
sis. What's your sis name? Can we share?
Victoria.
Congratulations, Victoria. Yeah. Is it Rico too?
No, I forgot. It's Serta. Her last name. She got married.
How do you say it? Deserta?
Don't be mad at me. Victoria Serta.
Congratulations, Victoria Serta, for the graduation.
Yay.
Yeah. What is her major?
Oh, great question. But what I will transition to us to is that she is actually hosting a graduation party for her and myself, because I'm graduating with my master's degree.
Congratulations.
I
I wish I had the little sounds in the back. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so I've completely got all of my degrees online.
Yeah.
From my associates, my bachelor's. And so for me, it's never really been a big deal. Never had someone really hype me up and I guess congratulate me. For me, it wasn't a big deal to get my degrees like that. But my sister has really put it into perspective. So we're going to actually do a sister photo shoot with us wearing our different gowns from our universities, and have all these people in Texas come out to support us.
So on behalf of Positive Vibes Radio Show, congratulations, Victoria Serta.
Yes.
Let's go. And Lil Belin, sometimes I'm here, Rico.
Yes.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Hey, man, my turn. Bam. Let's see. What job would you be terrible at? I seen this
There's a
job
list.
with the dude that's cleaning out. I'm going to throw you out. He's cleaning out like a little tunnel. And as he's spraying, there's bugs flying out of the tunnel and all over him. I'd be terrible at that.
No.
Because it struck immediate fear into me. The size of the bugs that was, and I'm not going to say what kind on the radio, that were crawling all over him and coming up out the little hole that he was in. Just imagine that being your job. You got to clean this out, and that's what's coming. I would be screaming. Can you imagine? Ah! That's exactly how it sounds. Ah! And I'd climb out and probably just run and get hit by a car. So that job, I'm being very vulnerable, is one I cannot do.
But thank you for those who do that job. Yeah. Because we need you.
We definitely do. I'm going to find that video and figure out what you were doing and what you were cleaning. I couldn't do it. So thank you for your service.
Yes.
All right, coming back to you, Lisa. Bam. What you got?
All right. What is your greatest wish?
Let's go. What's your greatest wish?
Oh, these are tough.
Let's go. It's a good ball
They
right
always
today.
get me thinking.
Thank you, Trainers Warehouse. Susan.
Greatest
Got her today.
wish.
Got her.
Oh, man. I guess
Ma'am.
my greatest wish, right?
No 10-second delays on the radio, okay?
All right, cool. 10 seconds delay. Got it. Greatest wish would be, I actually want to go do the missionary field, in particular Africa.
Okay.
So I don't really have wishes because I kind of turn them into goals and then I just make it happen.
Look at that. Look at that. That's magic right there.
So I will do missionary one day.
Okay.
So I just don't know when.
Got you. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome. She wants to do missionary work, and hopefully in Africa.
Hi.
That's one of her wishes. That's beautiful. One more time. I think we got enough time for one.
Woo.
1 minute. Bam, bam, bam. She has to try to kill me.
Sorry.
What are you looking for in upcoming months? You already got that one.
Okay.
Next one. What is something you like to do the old-fashioned way?
Oh, that's easy for him. Get it? Because he's old.
That's actually a good one. No 10-second delays, right?
Right.
Something like to do the old-fashioned way. I probably would say, if I'm thinking working out, I like working out without having a camera focused on social media. Da-da-da. They're banning that now, so y'all can't bring your cameras in the gym because it's not a show. It's there for working out. And I don't bring my camera in the gym. I like to work out the old-fashioned way. Focus on the weights, focus on the energy, and focus on the metal clanking, clink, clink, clink.
10-second delay.
78.6 FM. Positive Vibes of Winsome. We'll be right back. 78.6 FM positive vibes of Winsome and Belinda. It's one of those Saturdays we got to find her. We were looking all over Okinawa and we finally found her. So Belinda's going to take over. I am the co-host now. Belinda's hosting. She's going to talk to me about some things. I don't even know what it is because it's unscripted. Belinda, what you got, ma'am? Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Jesus.
A bit of British. So, yeah, I just want to ask good old Winsome Cully some questions.
Let's go.
All right, let's see. Where you're at now in your life.
Yep.
You didn't get there easy.
Nope.
Okay. So, if you had to tell younger you before you could even picture this fantasy that you're living in.
Yeah. You notice you call my life a fantasy.
Because it's phenomenal. It's a dream coming true for you.
I appreciate that.
That's from the outside looking in, right?
I got you. It's a nightmare.
What would you tell younger you so that you could keep going to get here?
If I had a chance to speak to younger me to fight for what I'm doing right now, what I want to do in the future, is what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happens, no matter what you see, no matter what seems like it's impossible, try for it anyway. No matter how many no's you get, no matter how many people seem like they don't have your back, back yourself. If I had to tell myself something and I had that conversation, just like a minute to say it, that's exactly what I would tell myself. Because those are the things that I needed to hear. So, yeah. Good question. I appreciate that.
Okay.
What else you got?
We see you.
Hey!
Okay.
That was a good question. I appreciate that. Let's go. Her brain is a 10-second delay.
Strengths, generating. It's the Windows buffer. All right. Seriously. What type of strengths do you think you offer to the world?
My heart, number one. I think a lot of people think it's not right, or they don't feel it's worth it, or they're worthy of bringing who they are genuinely every single day. And I think one of the strengths I bring every day is I'm always going to be me no matter what. So my goal is to be consistent. I know a lot of people who don't know, they're not self-aware enough to pay attention to that, but consistency is my goal. I don't want you to hit me up on Monday and you get somebody different than you got on Sunday. I think that's one of the things I bring. My energy, my love, Mr. G, that's why I tell you, role model, one of the things I aspire to do is love people unconditionally. I'm going to love you no matter how you treat me. But I'm also going to categorize you if you treat me the wrong way. So there's people who I love you, but you're over here. And there's people who I love you and I keep you close. And so teaching people how to be self-aware, how to love themselves, how to remember who they are in those darkest times, and teaching people to be better than yesterday, I think that's a strength that I've been blessed to be able to bring to this world.
Okay.
All right.
Your heart.
Don't tell nobody, man. Wait, she over here giving me good questions for. You got one more?
Yep.
Let's go.
So you see, we've gone from present. Excuse me. We've gone from the past. We talked about younger you.
Yep.
We talked about the present.
Yeah.
The now. What you're giving to the world.
Let's go.
Now let's go towards the future. Future you.
Okay. Future Winsome.
What qualities do you want to make sure that you have in the future?
Interesting. Much of the same, but on a greater scale.
So what does that look like?
To me, that looks like probably more of these invitations that we're getting. Not just for the military, but also more in the civilian sector. More schools at all levels, from college to down to elementary school, and more countries. I don't want it to be, I think you've heard me say before, I don't want to be military famous. So while I'm in, everybody knows who I am, and then while I'm out there, I'm have to get started all over again. I want to be able to start branching out now and touching communities that we don't get to see every day. That's why it's so important to bring in these people from other countries and other storylines into our sessions now, the master class. This is somebody you may have never heard of, but guess what? He is doing this in the UK. Someone you've never heard of, but guess what? He's been doing, or she has been doing this in Australia. Being able to bring that together and also go to those places. In my future, if I'm looking, I want to be able to do what they're doing on a greater scale and for the message to be able to touch a wider audience. That's all right?
It's acceptable.
Jesus, I tried.
So the reason why I want to ask you these questions, right? Winsome does have a big heart. Winsome pours into many people. He's definitely putting others before himself. And I don't know why, just it came to my heart that I really wanted to highlight Winsome because most of the time he's doing all the highlighting for everyone else.
Thank you.
So his story is phenomenal. And when I did have the privilege to work with him, one key, we'll say management side, because we always talk about leading versus managing, which bleeds into the leading side. One key attribute that I took away from you is that you appreciate people, of course, but on that day, but no later than the end of the week. So most of the times for the military audience out there, when we have going aways or maybe farewells, hail-ins, birthdays, we normally prepare this big speech to say something significant about this person, right? But Winsome really showed me that you don't have to wait for those moments. And in fact, life is not guaranteed tomorrow.
Facts.
So why would you not appreciate your people now? And that could definitely be the change and the difference that they need to keep moving forward. It's simple words of encouragement, to be honest. But, hey, I saw what you did this week. You did phenomenal on this. We had a challenging moment, but we bounced back. It's just those type of words of encouragement, I think, was what really helped, in this case, humans, because we thrive off of connectivity and emotions. And so, yeah, I just wanted to highlight good old Winsome Cully, because who would highlight him on his own radio show?
Can't do that. It's not what we built for. But thank you for that. And it's the time that we had together. I think we had one heart-to-heart since we stopped working together. And I was able to tell a lot of things that I never told her while I worked with her. But that was a season for me as I was building for 2022 or 2023 that I needed someone with your gifts present. And I'll never forget that experience because I looked forward to coming to work. And I looked forward to what we were building. And I look forward to having you a part of what we're doing now. And you don't have that with everybody. There's some people like, oh, God, I got to do this. But to be able to have you present during that season, and you know my belief, people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And based on our time together, I know you're going to be in my world for a lifetime. So thank you.
That.
I don't even like her. I just met her today.
It's one of those, oh, you're great. No, you're great.
No,
you're
Jesus.
awesome. You're awesome.
So she's cool. And she paid me $50 to say everything I just said. And
That's
I'm using
wild.
that at Iajima. So the plan originally was to leave here, go down to Gala. If you guys are listening in, 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes of Winsome and Berlin. I was going to Gala. We were going to have a burger at Atabi's, which is my favorite burger joint. And then we're going to head down to Iajima to meet up with whoever's actually showed up, because I'm here in Berlin telling me we got different dates and times going on with Iajima. However, now it's a little pivot, a little plot twist. So we got to hit up the BX. I need a haircut. I don't know if y'all see it because you can't see it on the radio, but I need to get my hair. See, this is why I don't take her nowhere. And then we're going to Esparza's Tacos and Coffee to grab some tacos.
Loves
to go.
that place.
Trying to tell y'all. And then gonna meet up with life and energy, whatever life and energy is there waiting on us on Iajima. Man, on behalf of Positive Vibes Radio Show, I almost said the McDaniel Center and PME Center. On behalf of Positive Vibes Radio Show with Winsome and Berlin, the part-time sometimes when we can find her radio host. Boss, I got her. She's back. Thank you for spending time with us today. I'm going to edit this down, drop it on the website. Mr. G, Mrs. G, we love you. Can't wait to see you. I know we're going to see you a little bit, but we love you. And thank you for taking that first segment with us. We'll be back in a few weeks. Berlin, when you coming back?
Oh, you know, soon.
All right. See you next time.